Hello, it's me, Rick Scott, for episode 2 of Walking the Tramlink Network.
And today, we're at Woodside tram stop. I'm going to walk all the way to Coombe Lane.
So Woodside tram stop was where we ended off the previous episode, where we walked from Beckham Junction to Woodside via Elmer's End. So, one really weird fact about the station is that this ramp was built after the station, understandably, made for a really weird reason. It was actually made to load carriages, and I guess horses, off of these trains back a long time ago. Over there, just past the station, is Ashburton Park. We're just going to be going over the bridge and heading towards the next tram stop called Blackhorse Lane. So this station used to be a bit like Clock House. Okay, we're now walking on the Woodside Road, which I think if we keep on going, it will eventually take us to Croydon. But we're not actually going in the heart of Croydon this episode. This road, Woodside Road, has lots of historical Victorian houses. I'm really sorry if the camera is jumping up and down. But there's a sign over there which says, if you keep on going, you'll end up at East Croydon and West Croydon. Okay, over there you can see Woodside tram stop where we just started. And on the other side, you can see Blackhorse Lane tram stop. Which is quite interesting. For the entirety of this episode, we're going to be in the borough of Croydon. Oh yeah, nice Halloween decorated house. Okay, we're now at our 9th station, Blackhorse Lane. Down here is Addiscombe Railway Park.
And this is where the trains used to run from London to Croydon.
As you can see, this does look like the architecture you would see at a regular railway bridge. So as you can see over here, there are some really old railway remains. Look at this nature, it's quite nice, even in the autumn season. And it looks like up there we've got a bit of a sign, maybe a map. It doesn't even show Addiscombe and I'm already lost. Yes, right, it turns out we were a bit sidetracked by that railway path. But one interesting fact about that is that we're close-ish to Addiscombe tram stop. Okay, I look at that sign over there. We're going on to Addiscombe Avenue, which is quite annoying because it doesn't take us into the tram stop, but it does take us in to Addiscombe, the area. Yes, we're almost there. Oh yeah, this is the road. Yeah. I think we're just by the tram stop. I know there's lots of me saying that we're just by the tram stop when we're nowhere near it. So over here is quite an interesting tram crossing. Okay, there we are. 10th tram stop called Addiscombe. Beautiful. So up there you have actually got another crossing, as well as over there. It's quite a weird tram stop. So over there is where the trams seem to roar up over there to try and get to Sandilands extremely quickly. Okay, now we're walking onto Ashburton Road, which again, quite interesting name as Ashburton is at Woodside. Again, is an essential link. Again, before it turns to winter, when it's autumn, I would definitely recommend doing lots of nice walks, even if you hate walking because the trees are amazingly coloured. I bet we'll discover some tram disruptions. Terrible update. We can actually see a road which the camera won't be able to pick up at the end of Ashburton Road. Really interesting, this area. We finally approached the area of amazing Sandilands. Okay, this is one side of the bridge. Oh, there's a person who works the trams over there. So we're actually just trying to wait for a tram. It's taking for infinity. We would have got a nice view of a tram, but they've been suspended, which is brilliant. I bet we'll discover some tram disruptions. Okay, we're here at Sandilands, now we're going to leave immediately. See you at the next tram stop, Lloyd Park. So I think the funny thing is we're walking between Sandilands and Lloyd Park. The tram goes about 50 miles per hour, and we only go about like 4 miles an hour. You can already see that we're turning into the countryside. It does actually look like, as I said, a countryside road, nowhere near the centre. Again, I would recommend walking down this road, which is Radcliffe Road, because, again, amazing view. Another beautiful view. Here's Lloyd Park, which I've actually never been in. I've been to Lloyd Park tram stop, I haven't actually been there. Even more cycle areas around here. This is a nice cycle path, suited for cyclists. So basically, Lloyd Park is quite an interesting place, park, where there's lots to do here. It's quite open. This eventually joins on to a place called Addington Hills, which we'll be exploring next episode. Right over there you can see the tram pantographs, which tell us that we're approaching our 12th tram stop called Lloyd Park. And up here is where we're going to go now, to our next tram stop called Coombe Lane. And yep, Croydon is disappearing away from us, because we're walking away from Croydon and into Addington. Okay, and we're still going right next to the tram track, approaching Coombe Woods. Just approached this interesting house, and guess what? It's here, another tram crossing. The scenery will definitely change a lot when we approach our next place called Coombe Woods. Yes, so here's Coombe Woods, located near Addington. Look at these figs with those amazing yellow leaves. And yeah, this is Coombe Woods, a place where you should stop by if you live anywhere near Croydon. The daffodils growing, what the hell? And we're finally leaving the amazing, recommended by Sam Scott place called Coombe Woods, and we're just approaching the next tram stop called Coombe Lane. That's what's a tram. We're almost there. So yes, that is Coombe Lane. So right by Coombe Lane tram stop is a place called Addington Hills. Addington Hills will be explored next episode, but one thing with Addington Hills is that you can see a nice view of Croydon and Addington.